Guys, it's been a long time since I had something come in that got me this excited. We're going to take a look at what I think is possibly the best fighting knife that has been made, and it's a cold steel. Let's turn this around and take a look at the Cold Steel R1 Military Classic. So guys, yesterday you were around for the filming of the unboxing of both this new mat that we're filming on, which I think gives us a cooler, cleaner look, and this amazing knife that was sent to me by Michael R. Now, this is the content of this video. This is the first day I could not wait to put this on my belt and mess around with this. So let's go ahead. The reason I'm stoked about the mat is that allows me to bring that up to a better viewing angle for you guys. This is a Zero Foxtrot disassembly mat, and I still have my sponsor sticker. So this is the R1 done by Cold Steel. Now, in all transparency, I owned one of these knives for about 4 or 5 months. I had originally owned the Randall version of this knife temporarily. It was a used one that had been passed down to me. I carried it when I was downrange. So this is an exact replica. I mean, for all intents and purposes, an exact replica of the Model 1 by Randall. This is the R1 Military Classic done in VG1 San Mai. I absolutely love this knife. So what you've got here is it is basically an exact replica of one of the most known military fighting knives ever. So from World War II all the way up till modern day, the Randall Model 1 has been a knife that military members have gravitated to. And so the R1 was Cold Steel's more affordable version about this. Now, these were about $250 brand new, if I remember. The one that I owned was in nowhere near as nice a shape as this. It was all beat up. It was all scuffed up. It had been passed down through member to member guys that were getting out. Absolutely love this. This is, like I said, VG1 San Mai, so that means that your edge is VG1 steel clad in a jacket. You can see that it is a laminated steel. This has got a stainless steel handguard as opposed to the brass that is on the Randall version, and then a micarta that is done beautifully. Grip on this is amazing. I'm going to film a little bit of another knife later today that you guys are going to see. It's another Cold Steel. But this thing is absolutely gorgeous. This cuts so well, and it's in such a comfortable grip. So as a fighting knife, you've got this curvature to this where your blade is down at an angle, so that when you've got a snap cut or you're slashing, you are leaned into the cut down and aggressive. It leans down into it. You can see that the tip drops below your hand here. Your swedge has been partially sharpened. It's not super sharp, but it's been partially sharpened to give you a very, very, very piercing tip. And then this has been done on a slight hollow where it's been ground down slightly hollow. And this thing slices so, so well. I did some cardboard cutting with this earlier today, and it is amazing how good this cuts. You've got an area here where if you want to get up forward of the guard, almost like a sub hilt, you can, and you can get up on it and still be able to power cut if you're having to cut down into something. However, this is the most comfortable cut on this. This is not like a bushcraft knife, really. I've seen people use them as bushcraft knives. This is not what that was intended for. This is more of an actual combat style knife. Now, we talked about it having a slight radius because it's hollowed. Hang on a second, I'll show that. This knife is ground on a slight hollow, and you can see here, let's do it from this direction. You can see here ever so slight of a hollow on this, but that keeps it a little thinner behind the edge, and everything that gives you is awesome. And like I said, super, super good. The other thing that this knife came with, and as did mine, is an excellent leather sheath. Cold Steel at this time, their stuff that was being made in Seki City, Japan, came with some of the best leather sheaths on a production knife you were going to get. This is from a time frame where Cold Steel absolutely was providing you some of the best knives you could get at the money, and I still stand by that. Some of the knives that they have, the SRK that I have that is in carbon V steel, and some of the other knives that I have in San Mai, absolutely some of the best knives you're going to get at the money. Even their knives today, still really good, but nothing tops this time frame. Now, There are a couple weird things about this knife I want to put out. They're not negatives, but they are weird. So let's turn that around right after you guys hear from Coffee Brand Coffee, still a sponsor. I'm trying to get Zero Foxtrot to be, but you're going to hear from them real quick, and then we'll talk about the weird things that I find about this knife.
I know that no one likes to watch ads in the middle of a video. I don't like putting them in, but I do know that I got to support what I do here. So I partnered with companies that I know I can trust. And today's sponsor is Coffee Brand Coffee. They're delivering quality coffee, freshly roasted on demand, ground to order and delivered to your door, and they're not doing anything political, so you don't have to worry about a company that you're supporting that is supporting causes that you might not agree with, because they don't support any causes. They just simply take the money and put it back into making a better product. So I would appreciate if you both support their new small business and my channel by checking out Coffee Brand Coffee and looking at their offerings. Use the link below and my coupon code Crazy Sharp on their website. It's Crazy Sharp, all one word, capital C, capital S. Let's get back to this.
So there's only a couple strange things about this knife. First of all, on this one, I don't know why they didn't sharpen this swedge up more. It's not like this is a bushcraft knife like the knife you're going to see later today, which is the Recon Scout Bowie, where you want more material here. On the actual Randall that I had, this whole swedge was sharpened, and I mean it was ground down and sharpened. I think part of the reason is you don't get as piercing a tip because mine was much more rounded. But I could see that being beneficial in a fighting knife to have a sharpened swedge for a back cut, which you can't really do with this. It's nowhere near sharp enough for that. The next thing is, while I kind of get this, it's awful large to have that much edge removed away from. So you have this huge flat area here before you get to your plunge. In this ricasso area, it's massive. And it just seems kind of a waste. I wish it had come back a little bit further, but it is functional, very effective to get up on it, almost treat it like a sub hilt. And then the next thing, the final thing that I find weird, and I never understood it on the Randall or on this, is this area here. And if any of you guys can let me know in the comments what that's for. The only thing I can think is if you really had to cut, you could get it in a reverse grip like this and put your finger up here and use it like a finger choil to really tear through something. But I just can't see that being that functional that you would do it. Now, if you guys do know why, please tell me, because it would be great to actually know. And then the other thing is, I don't know why they use such a small tang. The tang on the Randalls is very thin. It's about 1/2 inch, and it's about the same on this. If you look at where those lines are on that, it's actually a little bit longer on this one. I think it's probably closer to 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch on this, but it's just a little weird that it has such a skinny tang on a knife that is meant to be a combat or fighting knife, where you may induce some stresses on this knife and cause some cracking. But other than that, absolutely amazing. Big shout out to Michael R. for making this possible. This was a gift from him to me. I absolutely love it. This is going to be a treasured and cherished part of my collection for a very long time. So let's turn this around, do some final thoughts, and send you out about your day.
Yeah, guys, I got one of these used. It was all beat up. It was in terrible condition, but it was still a great, great knife. I got one of these to replace an actual Randall Model 1, which I did not realize how expensive those were. The one I had was an 01 tool steel. It absolutely was rusted, and I had gotten that one from somebody else in the military, and we were in such a humid environment, it just would not hold up to the rigors. I got one of these. They were in stainless steel. There are a lot of things about this knife that I find better. There really are. I may do a video about why I think this is better than the Randall Model 1, but there's going to be a lot of controversy in that, because the Randall Model 1 is an amazing, amazing knife. All Randalls are. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much, Michael R., for the gift, the very, very kind gift of a knife that I've absolutely been trying to find for years since I think mine got I either gave it away to someone or it got stolen. But at any rate, very, very dumb choice. And now I have one again. Really, really appreciate it. Guys, you guys know what to do. Like the videos, share them, subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon. If you want to support the channel financially, you guys do know that Coffee Brand Coffee is a channel sponsor. You saw the ad. Tempered Trail is also a channel sponsor, but Tempered Trail, Fair and Forged Knife Works, and Rosecraft Blades all share a coupon code of Crazy Sharp, all one word, that saves you 5% at checkout. You can't beat that. They're great, great companies. Nathan over at Tempered Trail is also the guy that designed the Enigma multi-tool. I also have an Amazon store down below. Take that link, pin it to your browser, do any shopping you do on Amazon with it. It supports me. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it makes Jeff Bezos give me a little bit of his very poorly earned money. I also have got a membership. It's all tier-based. That is my preferred way for you guys to support. It's kind of like self-sponsorship. I provide you guys with a laundry list of benefits. Everyone gets early access to my videos. Everyone gets exclusive content that I make for you guys, and sometimes behind the scenes stuff or extended versions of videos that everyone already got to see. I also have the Gilded server, which is a chat server. It's just like Discord, so it's a private Discord for the members. Baseline and Premium guys are entered into giveaways that I do on the Gilded server of some pretty good knives. And the Premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube behind the paywall. Guys, not to make this any longer, I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video. Very, very happy. I'm a very, very happy man right now.